Good evening, everyone. FFJmon here, and welcome back to the channel. I'm very excited to be with you guys here tonight. As you guys see, I have my crew of plushies here. I got my Swampert, Chikorita, Turtwig, Deoxys, Detective Pikachu, and Arceus. And they're all here with me today to talk about Pokemon Day. Now, I know Pokemon Day isn't here yet. It's on February 27th, so I'm filming this on the 3rd of February, so we got 24 days until Pokemon Day, so about 3.5 weeks or so. And I wanted to discuss my top 5 things that I'm most excited for Pokemon to announce on Pokemon Day, because typically they have like a big announcement talking about like the future of the franchise and some of the stuff they'll be releasing in the future. And while obviously we're not going to know what they are planning to release or like announce on Pokemon Day, because I think they're going to do like a Pokemon Presents, I'm going to be discussing my like top 5 things that I hope that they present on Pokemon Day and kind of list them in order from like most expected thing they're going to announce to like the least expected thing that I hope that they would do. So please, yeah, sit back, relax, enjoy the video as I discuss what I'm most excited to hear on Pokemon Day. And yeah, hope you guys enjoy the video. So if you haven't already, please subscribe if you guys like the channel. And yeah, if you guys watch the video and like it and want to leave a comment, feel free. But yeah, I'm excited to talk about this with you. So without further ado, let's get started. All right, guys, so like I said, this video is talking about Pokemon Day and the things that I'm most excited to hear about on Pokemon Day that Pokemon's going to announce. And I think the most anticipated thing, as well as probably the most likely thing that they're going to announce on Pokemon Day, February 27th, is Gen 10. So I think obviously people have probably seen videos and leaks about like what Gen 10 is going to be. Currently, Generation 9 is the region we're in. That's where the Scarlet and Violet games came from, the region of Paldea. And it's based off of like modern day Spain is kind of the inspiration for those games. And there's been rumors that Generation 10 is going to be called Wind and Waves, I think, and that it is either going to take place in like Greece or some sort of, or like it's going to be inspired by like Greece and a bunch of like island archipelagos, or maybe some like Southeast Asian like islands. But it hasn't been like confirmed yet that that is the name of the region. But I think Pokemon like got leaked, and there are, you know, rumors about what it's going to be. But obviously, like, we don't know until Pokemon says. So who knows what Gen 10 is? But I'd say I'm most excited to hear about what Gen 10 is and what we're going to be expecting in terms of like what Pokemon we'll see, what the region's like, how the game's structured. Like obviously it'll probably be open world, but you know, how in depth is it going to go, what kind of battle mechanics the game's going to have, stuff like that. When do we expect to like have those games? In my mind, I would expect for them to come out like in December of 2026. I feel like that would probably make sense with the holidays and everything. But yeah, who knows? I mean, don't really know until they confirm it. But that's kind of what I'm really excited to hear about, and I'm sure all you guys would be excited to hear about as well. And that's probably one of the most likely things they are going to talk about, because yeah, haven't really heard any updates about Generation 10. So that's the first item. So going on to item number 2, I think kind of the second most likely thing that they're going to talk about is probably the 30th anniversary like TCG specific like product or like pack or series. Because like for the 20th anniversary we had Generations, for the 25th anniversary we had Celebrations. So those are like a very specific set in the Pokemon TCG that was kind of made, that had specific cards kind of celebrating Pokemon. And I imagine they're going to do something for the 30th anniversary, and I'm not sure what that like pack series is going to be called, but I would assume they would announce something related to that specific series and when it's going to come out, and with it celebrating the 30th anniversary and stuff like that. So that's kind of, yeah, will be the next item I'm anticipating and excited for. and I think that'd be really cool to hear about that. Regardless of what it is, I mean, I know 25th anniversary like celebration was just like a lot of reprints of famous cards and was kind of going through the history of the TCG, but then had like a specific like 25th anniversary stamp on the card. And you know, if they did the same thing for the 30th, I would be fine with that. I mean, the cards are still cool, and you know, if they reprinted a bunch of like cool Pokemon cards, then I wouldn't not be happy. So yeah, I mean, whatever they do, I'm sure it'll be cool. So that's item number 2. Number 3, which is also very likely that they're going to announce, is updates for Pokemon Champions. So if you guys don't know what Pokemon Champions is, I'm sure you guys do, but basically it sounds like they're kind of decoupling the competitive Pokemon battling aspect, kind of separating that from like your mainline Pokemon games. So your mainline Pokemon games, and we don't know for sure that this is what they're going to do, but it seems like that's the direction that Pokemon Champions is going, where essentially like Pokemon Champions is going to be a game it's kind of like in the same vein as like Pokemon Stadium and like Pokemon Coliseum, and those games were like those games you're meant to like battle and have it be like on a grand scale and have it be, you know, 2-on-2 or 1-on-1, and it kind of be more like a battling game, whereas it doesn't really have that much of a story. Like I don't think Pokemon Champions is gonna have a story. Like it's basically just gonna be you like transferring Pokemon from Pokemon Home into this game that you basically like train up your Pokemon, and then eventually like, you know, do competitive battles where like Pokemon sets up tournaments and has the different like series or different seasons of like, you know, which Pokemon are legal to battle and stuff like that, and then they would use that game, I'm sure, to like run their tournaments and like with the World Championships, basically like with the what's it called, the VGC. That's like the official competitive format for like Pokemon, like the Pokemon VGC. I think they would probably use this game for that. Now, obviously, that's not confirmed, but that seems to be what the direction they're going, and I think it's a good decision because it allows the developers of the game that's focusing on like the main series game to focus on, oh yeah, like we have a game that, you know, introduces a new generation, has a cool story, maybe like, you know, uses the battle mechanics from like Legends Arceus or Legends EA, where it's more dynamic and fluid, and the battling's still like fun, but you're not necessarily like battling competitively. But then, or maybe they do still do the turn style, like turn to turn battles like VGC does, but maybe they were kind of experimenting in the Legends games, and then in the future, maybe they're going to have kind of quicker, fluid battles in like the main series game, and then still have the VGC competitive Pokemon style battling in like Pokemon Champions. And also, like, it sounds like with Pokemon Champions, you could also maybe have like different battling gimmicks together at the same time. So, for example, you could have like a Mega Evolved Pokemon on one team versus like a Gigantamax Pokemon that's on the other team. Whereas before, like we've only, I think, ever had, you know, one specific gimmick legal at a time. So like you could either only use Z moves or only Mega Evolve or only, you know, use Gigantamax or only Terrastalize, but you couldn't like do multiple of those gimmicks within the same battle against an opponent. So if they did that, that'd be cool. Obviously, we don't know, but I think in the trailer for the game, it seemed like you could do that. And we don't know, obviously, if this is going to tie into like competitive battles, but that would be something that'd be cool. But anyway, I'm just excited if they announce any more updates on Pokemon Champions when it comes out, stuff like that. And I'm not super into like the competitive battling. Like obviously I've done some of the season battles and stuff like that, and I've done like a tournament or so, but haven't really gotten super far in it or did like super well. And I've always found the competitive Pokemon battling interesting, and it's like really cool to listen to videos and people talk about it and like learn about it, but actually like doing it is just a lot of work and time that I don't have, and I enjoy playing the games to like play the story and catch the Pokemon and yeah, battle, but I feel like once it gets into actually like training and, you know, EV IV training and worrying about natures and then like battling them competitively. Like it's really hard, and it's just something that I don't find as joyful as the way I have been enjoying Pokemon. So, but more power to the people that do like that. And yeah, I may dabble in it, and maybe Pokemon Champions will make it easier for like more casual players to maybe be more interested in competitive Pokemon, just because like it's more accessible, and it's basically, I think the game is free, maybe, I don't know, but I think it's also going to like be on your phone, kind of like Pokemon Unite, where like, yeah, you can play it on your Switch, you could play it on your phone, and it's a lot more accessible to people. So I think it's going to be really cool, and hearing any more updates on that would be pretty sweet. So yeah, that was the third one, Pokemon Champions. Then the final two, you know, might be a little bit of a stretch, but I hope we hear something about it. So number 4 would be hearing any news about a new Pokemon movie. Now, we haven't had a new Pokemon movie since Pokemon Secrets of the Jungle, so the one about Zarude, the mythical Pokemon from Sword and Shield, the like monkey, the grass type Pokemon that I think came out on Netflix during COVID. And yeah, I think Pokemon's kind of due for another movie, and I'm not really sure. Like, obviously Ash is kind of retired from the anime, and they have like a new generation of characters, and I haven't seen, you know, the new anime Pokemon Horizons at all, so I'm not sure if they would make a new movie, what would that look like? Like, would it be Ash and you know, some characters we're familiar with in the older parts of the anime? Would it be the new characters from like Pokemon Horizons? Would it be like just a new movie that wouldn't involve any characters at all? Like, I'm not sure. But yeah, I think if we heard any news about like a new Pokemon movie coming out, or anticipating that, or even like live action, like I know I got Detective Pikachu there. Like I know we had that movie back in like 2019, and that was a good movie. And it'd be cool if, you know, they made a sequel to that, or maybe we're dipping into another kind of live action Pokemon movie or something. But yeah, just, you know, I think Pokemon movies, obviously if you guys have been following the channel, I've been doing a series where I've been watching, you know, rewatching I guess all the Pokemon movies and giving them like a review. And it's just kind of been fun going through them and reminiscing on them. And obviously I watched a lot of them growing up and stuff, so it's kind of cool to revisit them again and see if they hold up, or if they stand the test of time, versus if they maybe aren't as good as what I remember them. But yeah, I love movies, and Pokemon movies are definitely fun to watch, and it would be cool if they, you know, started making movies again. Because yeah, I mean, they were pretty consistently making a movie like every couple of years, I feel like, but recently they've kind of taken a hiatus, and yeah, maybe they're just kind of recalibrating and figuring out what direction they want to go, or how they want to go about that. But I think it'd be cool if they announced like another movie coming. So plus, I mean, there's just a lot of cool promotional stuff that comes with the movies too. Like a lot of times, you know, they tie into either the anime or what's going on in the video games, or like even like the Pokemon TCG. Like they've in the past released really cool promo cards and stuff for Pokemon. Like one of my favorite types of like Pokemon cards are like the really old like Warner Brothers Presents Pokemon cards, like the promos that would go with like the Pokemon the first movie, or Pokemon the movie 2000. I guess the ones I really like are like the ones for the first movie, where it had like Mewtwo and Electabuzz and Dragonite, and they all had like that Warner Brother Presents like stamp on the card. Like I always thought that was really cool. And then yeah, I think there was like a Mew Black Star promo for that movie as well. And obviously like the ancient Mew card, I remember like me and my brother when we were younger, we thought that card was like the coolest card ever, because it was like really designed super cool, and like it just seems so like mythical and special and stuff. And yeah, and obviously since then they've released promos. I think the last like movie promo card I've gotten was when I went to the 20th Pokemon movie. What's it called? Oh, Pokemon Pikachu, I Choose You. Yeah, the one that was like the 20th. That was celebrating the 20th anniversary, and that was the one with like Incineroar and Ash. And that one had like a Pikachu promo card where Pikachu had like a Ash's hat on. And I remember I got that in the theater, like before I saw the movie, I got like that promo card. I remember I went with a couple of my friends, and it was just like me and, or actually no, yeah, I got the card. And I think I ended up watching the movie by myself in the theater. I don't think anyone else was in there. I think I may have been the only one in the theater with that promo card. But then I think a year or so or two later, when like The Power of Us came out, I don't think we got a promo card for that, but it was just like me and two of my friends, and we were like the only ones in the theater. And it was like a special event like happening on like a weekday when we didn't have class or something when we were in school, and we decided to watch it. But it's just crazy how times have changed, how like Pokemon's just gotten crazier, and I'm sure people would be flocking to the theaters now if there was a new movie to get a promo card, because like everyone's just crazy about the TCG. But yeah, that was good memories. So Pokemon movie, that'd be sweet. I would be stoked if they announced that. And then lastly, this one I feel like is kind of a reach, but also, you know, it could happen. And I feel like if there was a moment or a time where they would do it, it would be kind of on a big anniversary year. So the last thing I would say that I'd be excited for them to announce would be if they had the old Pokemon games released on like Nintendo Switch Online. So whether that be the old Game Boy games or the Game Boy Advance games or the DS games, or, you know, the GameCube games or the Wii games. Like, I'm not sure, I don't think they have like a Wii emulator yet on Switch Online. Like, I think they have Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, and do they have DS? They might have DS, and they have they may not, I don't think they have DS, but they have GameCube. But like, if they started releasing some of the old Pokemon games on Nintendo Switch Online, like that'd be awesome. Like you could play, you know, Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald on Nintendo Switch. Like that'd be sweet. So that one I feel like is kind of the least likely. And I know in the past, you know, you could play those games on like the 3DS, like Nintendo Shop. You could, I think, play those games, and I never did that because I always like had the physical games, and I still have pretty much all of them. I think the only game I don't have is like Black 2 or White 2. I think I have all the other ones, like at least a variant. Or I guess I don't have Platinum. Yeah, I don't have Platinum. I used to have like Ruby, or I used to have Sapphire and Emerald, but now I just have Emerald. But Emerald, I mean, you know, is kind of the better version. But I don't have Platinum. I've never played Platinum, actually, which is kind of sad. But anyway, that would be awesome if they had that on Nintendo Switch Online. But like I said, that may be the least likely thing to happen. But yeah, that'd be awesome. So that's pretty much it. Those are the 5 things I'd be excited to hear news-wise on Pokemon Day. And let me just confirm, because I'm pretty sure there's going to be a Pokemon Presents on Pokemon Day, but I guess I just assumed that would be something they do, but I didn't actually look and see if that's what they were doing. Yeah, there is. Okay. Sorry, guys. I was just looking. I confirmed. Yeah, there is a Pokemon Presents on Pokemon Day in 2026. So, yeah, it's very exciting. And yeah, I think besides that, as you guys know, just updates for the channel. Still trying to complete the Paradox Rift Master Set. Hey, I'm not really rushing, but, you know, I'm just going to try to get cards here or there. I think I'm expecting some cards to come in from TCG players soon. So once they do, I'll update you on what cards I got and update the binder and show you guys the progress. So that'd be fun. And yeah, I know Ascended Heroes has come out. Haven't been able to get any of the packs, and not really in a rush to get any yet. I know the prices are pretty high, and yeah, I'm just gonna wait for, you know, the right time to get a couple packs, because that's really all I need. One for the collection and one or two to open to see what's in there. But yeah, besides that, just kind of waiting. And then yeah, Perfect Order's coming out in March 27th. And I was able to pre-order a couple products from the Pokemon Center website of that set, so I'll be excited to show you guys that when it comes in end of March. But yeah, and yeah, I'm gonna be watching a couple more movies for Pokemon coming up, so be on the lookout for future movie reviews. And yeah, I'll probably make a video. I don't know if I'll do like a live reaction video of me watching the Pokemon Presents, but I'll at least maybe make a video talking about what happened and if any of these kind of predictions came true. I'm sure at least some of them will, but I'm sure not all of them will. If I went 5 for 5 though, that'd be pretty sweet. But anyway, that's the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys enjoyed my little background crew there. And yeah, it's funny because of the 2 games that, you know, they gave you a starter as like a plush when you pre-order one of the games, I ended up getting both the grass starters. So for Legends EA, they gave me Chikorita as the pre-order plush that came with the game, and then for Brilliant Diamond, or no, I think I got Shining Pearl, they gave me Turtwig. So, and then I ended up deciding like, yeah, whatever plush they give me, that's the starter I'm going to choose for the game. So I have a Meganium in Legends EA, and then I didn't even finish Shining Pearl. I gotta probably finish that. So maybe once I finish Legends EA, I'll go back and finish it. But yeah, I had Turtwig. So yeah, and then yeah, that Deoxys is cool. I just got that. I think I got that in the Swampert from Pokemon Center. Pikachu, I think I just got at Target one time because I thought he was cool. Detective Pikachu. And then the Arceus plush I got from Legends Arceus as a pre-order. That came with the game, just the plush. So, yeah. All right, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. Leave a like and a comment. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed. I'll catch you on the next one. Have a good night.